fucking sick, aren't they?
There's my dad voice.
I'd go with James Smith because I have idolised him for years.
Carnivore diet or veganism, you can only choose one. Which way?
Yeah. So metabolic flexibility, we're kind of talking about the ability of the body to adjust to a simple situation.
Yeah, I know how to make the perfect tea.
Have you ever seen Zoidberg? It's like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
That's what goes on in my brain.
If you've got a Fitbit, if you've got a Garmin watch, anything that has a heart rate tracker, you'll see HRV is like one of these new buzzwords that sounds really cool. Welcome to You Know What, the podcast for you that dispels the myths and BS in the fitness industry whilst leveling up your A game in everyday life. We are your hosts, Nick Finch and Dan King. Welcome to You Know What, another podcast. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You made a really good cup of tea, so I'm very happy.
Mate, I'm not even saying this, man. I know how to make the perfect tea.
It is, I will say, I said this to you, it's a bit builder tea. And if anyone out there knows what builder tea is, then you know, you get me.
Well, look, the idea is people that like strong tea, you want to like obviously cater for them. You also want to cater for the Milky Boys.
The Milky,
this,
the Milky Boys. Yeah. It's like some boy band. Welcome to the Milky Boys.
That is the perfect colour. Anyway.
I like it.
I found a random fact, by the way, which is actually really incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Australia is wider than the moon.
Really?
Yeah. So Australia is 4,000 kilometers long.
Yeah.
And the moon is 3,400.
Oh, so if you flattened out the moon, that would be the length of it? No, it's what, just...
Width. So if you put the moon against Australia,
yeah,
you'd be able to see Australia still. Because the moon isn't wider than the continent.
That's mad, isn't it?
Sorry. Yeah.
Do you think the moon is so huge? And I've been talking about the moon a lot this week as well. Did you not see my moon? Did you see my... Go on.
You're saying about sleep?
Yeah.
Does it make you sleep? Does it affect your sleep? I think it does.
Yeah, I agree.
This is why sometimes when you get one client who's like really feeling under the weather or like not very, like haven't slept very well, you normally find all your clients haven't slept very well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was weird because I literally had on Monday, full moon was on Tuesday. On Monday, I had like back-to-back clients coming in and be like, I didn't sleep well last night. And I asked them why. They went, there's no reason. I had my sleep routine on point. Like everything was good. And I was like, well, I don't know. And then I went down a rabbit hole of the full moon stuff.
I mean, it could be true, man.
I think it's true. You know what? My prediction is it affects your water balance. Yeah. And I think people who are more hydrated, it affects less because your blood is less viscous. And the people who are less hydrated, it affects more because your blood is more viscous. Meaning that when you're traveling around with like hormones and other different proteins, your body doesn't get the whole dosage. So it affects your sleep differently.
Yeah, but the tides are influenced by the moon.
Exactly.
The moon influences tides, water, right? So your body's made of 60% water. So what's to say that the moon doesn't influence the water in your body? Because it does. It has to.
All the water in tea.
Yeah. This is why it's floating right now.
Exactly.
Oh, there's a little tidal wave in this.
Tidal wave of tea. But it's good to be back again, isn't it? It's nice doing pods back on the reg. I mean, the last one you guys would have seen would be, well, episode 12. Episode 12. Yeah, episode 12, which will be coming out very soon.
Yes.
But, I mean, the support on this has been resounding.
But I can't remember what was in episode 12, to be honest.
We've done quite a few of these. I'd be surprised if you can remember individual episodes.
I need to actually, because the thing is, we release these obviously weekly, so we haven't released technically 12 yet.
Yeah. But it will be out. It will be out by the time this is out, yeah.
And so, you know, when you look back, it's been like a week ago, so it's like trying to remember like what you actually talked about. No, 2 weeks ago. I'm
going to be honest, I don't remember what we talk about most of the time. I mean, I do watch them back for research purposes to see what I can improve on and you can improve on, so then we can make, you know, the best podcast possible. Yeah. I think we're getting better at not interrupting each other. That's a strong point for me. It's normally me who does it, though.
This is the thing, when you're doing when you're cutting the short form content out of the podcast, because this is really useful for anyone that's trying to do content. When you're cutting it out, it's annoying having someone go, yep. When you know what I mean? Because what happens is that you're trying to like go back to them, but you can't do that every year. No. So you have
to chop stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I like segment it down. And anyone who's watching from my reels, I appreciate you. You're cool people. I like that. The reels are coming out quite good, actually. I'm very happy with them. Considering we haven't got any fancy gadgetry or cameras, we've got an iPhone. It's doing a job.
iPhones are right.
They're fucking sick, aren't they?
They're great. There's my dad voice. It's my confirmation voice.
It just escalates higher every time I talk.
Yeah, I thought of a great one you could do 50 grams of protein with. I don't know if you've done it. Sausages.
I did that. I did it with hex sausages because hex sausages are low calories, high protein.
Yeah.
So they're quite good. However, a lot of the zealots out there will be like, oh, there's an ingredient in there that you shouldn't consume because you shouldn't have these chicken sausages that are full of protein. This is bullshit. Do you know, did I tell you about Eddie Abdu? Eddie Abdu, have you seen him? James Smith recently called him out.
No.
There's a hot topic area at the minute. Eddie keeps talking about, basically he's been talking about percentages of protein and how much you absorb from different foods. Why, yes, there is DIASS scores. They're not important. At the end of the day, he was saying you can only consume 48% of an egg. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. Your body doesn't go, yep, hit 48% of an egg. That's cool. We're only going to use that for protein. It doesn't work in that manner.
Yeah.
There is no study supporting this theory. It's all just theorized stuff, but people spill it out there to get someone to be like, oh my God, eggs are still like gold dust to us. We shouldn't consume anything else because everything else is awful. But
eggs are incredible, except for cold eggs.
Cold eggs are horrible.
Cold eggs are horrible, man.
I don't mind a boiled egg from now and again. Boiled eggs are quite nice. I quite enjoy
my
them.
meal deal selection, if I'm short, if I want to buy a meal deal, I will go for the highest protein amount possible. 65 grams of protein for a £3.50 chicken sandwich, chicken triple. Yeah. The protein pot, the egg protein pot, which tastes awful because it's slimy, cold eggs. And then the Acti shake, 25 grams protein Acti shake.
There you go.
And that's £3.50, 65 grams of protein. Not bad.
Is that with a club card?
Yes. No, it's £3.40 with a club card.
10p off.
Well, it's £3.80 without one.
Oh, is it?
It's gone up. It's gone up since.
What has happened to meal deals?
Yeah.
It used to be £3.
But if you pay, I mean, okay, if you're looking at protein, it's not the best option. But if you're looking for taste, pay the £5 meal deal and you get the Tesco's finest sandwiches, and they actually taste incredible. They actually taste incredible. Anyway, this is if you're convenience hunting, like meal prep. Your melon.
Meal prep. Meal prep, your melon.
Why is it important to be an athlete as an entrepreneur?
I'm glad we've cycled round to that. That was a very good switch
That's
up.
the main topic today, isn't it?
Why is it important to be an athlete? Firstly, we need to talk about what is an athlete, because a lot of people out there aren't going to... I think a lot of people think athletes, you think athletics, you think Olympics, you think people challenging other people, sports athletes. But, I mean, you can be an athlete just from the way that you're training and designing your life. Like, technically, entrepreneurs are athletes in their own right because you're mental athletes. You're constantly working between different limitations and boundaries to try and overcome them over a space of time.
Yes, I like that. That's good. If you have two entrepreneurs, they both have the same knowledge, they both have the same drive, they both have similar businesses, and you give them a time frame of 1 year to grow. The one that is more athletic and fitter and more healthy is going to build a business that's bigger than the other one. Yeah, I would argue.
I think it's mental agility we talk about, don't we? Because you have physical agility in everything that you're doing, and I think it's important you have mental agility to adapt to situations as you come. A lot of people who are entrepreneurs out there, who are business owners, who are startups, a lot of the time, if you're starting up with that limitation on your health aspect, that will catch up to you later down the line. I'm not saying at the start that you're not all going to start equal, but later down the line, the people who have more energy to use and can use it more efficiently will be able to have that mental agility and mental clarity. I like to put it in the example. When you play a game of football or play a game of rugby or go for a long swim, what you're going to find is you tire later down the line. And those who tire less perform better. And they have much more mental clarity throughout the game or throughout the sport. That mental clarity allows you to make better decisions and more efficient decisions, which impacts your overall performance to get ahead of everyone else.
Agreed. And have you heard of heart rate variability?
No.
So HRV, if you've got a Fitbit, if you've got a Garmin watch, anything that has a heart rate tracker, you'll see HRV is like one of these new buzzwords that sounds really cool when everyone's tracking, right? So heart rate variability is the variability of your heart rate. So for example, you've got a beat every, say 60 beats a minute is like boom, boom, every second, boom. But the heart doesn't beat every second like in sync. It goes boom, 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 boom. The difference in the beats is heart rate variability. The higher your heart rate can vary in a minute, the fitter you are. And the more you're resilient to stress, apparently. So if you've got a low HRV, which can be like anything below 60, 70, in fact, that's not actually low, that's technically moderate, then it's a sign that when you are in stressful situations, your heart rate can't get itself under control as quickly. And it's, so it's actually a bad thing for fitness levels. And the reason why I mention this is because it's whenever you've got something in your body that allows you to be more flexible, such as metabolic flexibility, or high heart rate variability, you're able to adapt to your situations in your daily life better.
Oh, wow.
Like metabolic flexibility, you've heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're welcome to explain it, because I know you've been diving into it, PCOS and stuff, right?
Yeah. So metabolic flexibility, we're kind of talking about the ability of the body to adjust to a simple situation. Yeah. Primarily coming around to dietary basis, as well as exercise having an impact, but most of it comes from a dietary basis for me personally. So if we're talking about someone who has come into the fitness space and they want to, for example, just simply lose fat, you get to a point with losing fat where your body gets used to it. It's the same thing with plateauing out, isn't it? And your body has adapted to that point where, for example, let's say your calories start at 2,500, you reduce them to 2,000 calories to try and lose some body fat. You've lost that body fat, your body weight is now decreased down. That is metabolic adaptation. That's that kind of metabolic point where you need to give it another stimulus, because your body gets used to things quite quickly. And I think people forget about that point when you hit a plateau. So having this kind of ability to be very agile with your metabolism and know that by simply decreasing your calories by a little bit more or supplementing in some cardio as a different stimulus is, for example, me and Nick have started swimming. That's a different stimulus to our body, and we're going to see different effects on our body than what we were doing when we were doing resistance training. And it's similar to that. You need to give your body a different stimulus for it to react differently too.
But why have we started swimming, man? Well, because this is actually interesting. Like, I know you mentioned in a podcast a few weeks back that you're going to do the English channel. Mm-hmm. Now, I wanted to do the English channel back in 2019, 2020? Yeah. No, it's 2020 I wanted to do it, but then lockdown happened. And it was November. I was starting to go to the Keys Leisure Centre to swim. And because they closed the pool and it was November, I didn't feel comfortable enough going into the sea yet. Mm-hmm. So I kind of put it onto the back burner. And recently, obviously, you've mentioned you want to do the channel swim. I want to do Ironman. Mm-hmm. It's like we've now just crossed paths in the swimming world.
We have. We're both swimming at the same time.
What the hell's
There's
going on?
There's a fantastic picture of us both in goggles, by the way. We'll just clip it up.
Who won that?
Yeah. This is a very interesting point. I don't know who won it. I also put on there neither of you, so there's also that. Neither of us.
Is that one? wait, let me see.
40% went neither of us. 30%. You technically won between us.
Oh, you got 35%. I got 25%.
Oh, I got 35%. I won.
Cheeky, man.
How many people voted?
It's because they're seeing my nipples.
20. That's what it is.
Free the nipple, They don't like that.
20 people voted, but 50% of them basically nearly said neither of us look good in goggles. You rude people.
To be honest with you, I wasn't even wearing those goggles to look stupid like sometimes we do, right?
Yeah.
I generally just look stupid in them.
I just don't think anyone pulls off goggles, if I'm totally honest. I think it's like fezzes. Yeah. No one looks good in a fez.
That's a great word in Scrabble. You can get a lot of points from that.
There you go. Note to self. Use the word fez. F-E-Z, yeah. How else would it be spelled?
Fez. Well, I don't know. S?
Fuzz.
Fez.
P-H.
Fez.
P-H fez.
Mate,
Apologies for interrupting the podcast today. Thank you so much for tuning in to You Know What. We really appreciate you listening, subscribing, liking and reviewing everything that we're doing. It's so nice to see so many of you interacting with our podcast as it grows. If you didn't already know, me and Nick have one of the fastest growing online coaching platforms on the planet, and we'd love to get you involved. We're looking for ambitious people looking to grow their careers and grow their experience in health and fitness. Me and Nick have over 10 years of working experience in the fitness industry, and we'd love to help you achieve the results that you've always wanted. Make sure to contact either Coach Dan King or Get Fit by Nick, or even just check the link in our bio to the podcast now. We'd love to hear from you.
I've got a quickfire round today.
Ooh, we need like a jingle for this.
Yeah, this is in preparation because we've got some guests coming up, and I feel like quickfire round would be quite useful for some of these people. So, actually, let's not tell them yet. We'll tell them when we're there. But the way we're going to do it is quickfire round. I'm gonna say a question. You've got 30 seconds maximum to answer it. So this is really off the cuff stuff, right? Once you've answered, then I'll answer. After the first 6, we'll change roles. Then obviously you can ask the question, and I'll start off, and we'll do it that way. So we're not left with thinking, we're trailing off the other person. Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Right, actually, I'll use my. Oh, I haven't got my time today.
I've got my timer.
Never mind. 30 seconds. Keep it short.
Yep.
Keep it sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Carnivore diet or veganism? You can only choose one. Which way?
Veganism, just personally I'm going to go back to the Game Changers debate. I know there's limitations to veganism, but I just think for me, chewing on meat, it gets very boring, and it'd be interesting to try and build a strong, powerful, athletic physique just consuming a veganism diet, because there's a lot of people who have that predisposed diet of just, a normal diet, then go to veganism and see the extra benefits.
Yep, I agree. Veganism. I was going to do carnivore. However, I feel like, if you went to someone that had a carnivore diet, their toilet would probably be destroyed. Whereas a vegan's likely to have better fiber intake, which has been proven to help with digestion and also other benefits. So I feel like, it's proven. It's proven that veganism works.
And for the planet.
Yeah.
And for the planet.
We love the planet.
Save the cows.
Number 2, what's your power breakfast that fuels both your body and your business brain?
Oh, my shakes that I have in the morning. So I have 60 grams of oats, 250 grams of Greek yogurt, 1 protein shake scoop, 200 milliliters of milk, and then I also have some berries in there. So I've got fiber, carbs, good fats, and protein.
Oh, nice.
And that's how I start my day. And if I don't have it, I just don't feel capable to function in the world.
Right. Well, mine is no breakfast. No breakfast.
We have very different lives.
So I've had breakfast and I've had no breakfast. I go through phases, but at the moment I'm going through a phase of no breakfast, and I actually feel better when I have nothing in the morning. But there will be a time where I change it, and when I do change it, it'll be very similar to what you said. They're basically oats, a power shake, etc. If entrepreneurship was a sport, what would your victory dance look like?
I'd definitely go for the Mo Farah. Makes sense to me, doesn't it? It makes sense to me, just running around going. That's the Mo Farah.
Was that his?
Was it that? It's
Yeah,
that, innit?
yeah.
That's the Mo.
What's
That's the crown, just for me. Just that. But I'd go for the Mo. I'd go for the Mo because it looks the most like a crown. And
Yeah?
King is a surname, so it kind of makes sense. Coach King.
I can't imagine anything better than the Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a dab.
That is a dab.
Wait, which one?
No, his is that.
What am I doing?
It's
Yeah.
that one, isn't it? He
Yeah,
pulls his arm back.
yeah, yeah.
It's like Spanish archer is the terminology for it.
So you're the
Mine's
marathon
I
and
go for
I'm
the
the
Mo.
sprinter.
Yeah, sure.
You're the dwindled animal and I'm the powerful beast.
I can be a gazelle. I can be a gazelle.
Yoga break, half-hour walk, or power nap for an instant energy boost?
Walk. I say walk.
Yeah?
Yeah, walk. I think a walk's nice because it helps with mindfulness as well. Yoga, yes. I think everything there helps with mindfulness. But I think when you go on a walk, you just kind of, you relax for a minute because you think all I'm doing is walking here. And you're not having to think about joints moving in a certain way or sleeping. And you can kind of focus on this kind of just going out into the world and seeing what's going on. People watch a little bit as you're wandering down the road. Oh, there's Kelly. Seen her last week. She was offered a nut on cocaine. That's great. Oh, I saw David. He's finished his broccoli. You know what I mean?
It's broccoli.
He's broccoli. He's finished his broccoli for the day. Yeah. That's my day.
Power nap on most occasions, but a walk is definitely
Yeah.
very, very close second there, man. I just think that sometimes you can't be a power nap. But if you nap too long, then you can.
I don't nap.
Right, last one for you. No, in fact, there's 2 more. How do you turn a bad day at the office into a positive, healthy reset?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah. I think a positive reset is you need to put everything that's already happened behind you. So it's acceptance. This stuff has happened, but now I'm going to move forward from this. And then you need to look at what's going to happen at the rest of the day and see how you can tackle it in the most positive manner. So if, say, you've got 6 back-to-back meetings in the evening, all an hour long, how can you strategically plan them to put more effort into certain ones that are going to be of more value to you? So it's almost like value determination in a way. You're choosing which ones you're going to prioritize.
Yeah, I'll just say a game of Call of Duty. Get on the Xbox, get on a game, and just let your brain switch off and like just shoot.
Shout at some people.
Yeah.
Have some 10-year-olds be like, I can't believe you killed me. Dad, get on the controller.
All right. If you mate, I don't know what. Okay, if you want to know where these questions came from, by the way, I went on ChatGPT because I was like, I don't really have the creative energy today to think of questions, and some of these are proper weird. Right. If you could bottle the energy of an entrepreneur, what would be the main ingredient?
Bottle the energy of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What kind of drink would they be, or just genuinely what
if
would
you
the
could bottle the energy of an entrepreneur, something that you could give to someone, they could get the energy from the entrepreneur.
I'd go with electrolytes. I'd go like calcium and stuff like that, like calcium and potassium, because electrolytes help clear out all the shit and then rebirth better stuff.
Rebirth.
No, they kind of clean out your system in a way that they help keep you functioning at high capacities. So an entrepreneur needs that high capacity, in my opinion. And almost, if you looked at it in the world, they are like little minerals and chemicals bouncing around. That is really thrown me, that question. I don't know if you can tell.
See, I thought this question meant like what would like for example, what would give the energy for an entrepreneur? Like I would say the vision, right? That's what I thought the question was about. Whereas you've completely taken it off to a different tangent there. And
welcome to my world.
Electrolytes could very well be the ingredient that
I genuinely do think there's some level of autism in my brain. I don't know where it goes sometimes.
Everyone's on a spectrum.
Yeah, I'm just further along it.
Do you ever think you've got ADHD?
Yes.
So ADHD and autism, apparently there's some similarities.
Well, if Amy's watching this, by the way, me and Amy were having a chat with this the other day, and me and her would be like, we got some weird energy in the morning. We just go off on tangents, and I'm like, I think I'm getting your ADHD from somewhere, and I'm starting to think I don't need to be diagnosed with it. I just know I'm a bit kind of like, whoo. If you've ever seen Zoidberg, it's like whoop 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 whoop. Yeah. That's what goes on in my brain, constantly running around.
Well, you got a last 6 man.
Ooh. Tell us about a mentor whose guidance has positively influenced both your career and well-being.
Ah, mate, Brian Mark.
Yes.
Brian Mark, yeah. Instagram influencer, fit pro guy. But the reason why he's influenced me in a positive way is because his attitude towards the mindset stuff really benefits me in terms of like I find my biggest issue is trying to stay on track. So I find his teaching like really helps in regards to that, and also to like how to think about social media in a way that's not just a strategy all the time, but actually how to think about it.
I like that. I like that. I would, as much as I never wanted to be kind of correlated with him, he's a lovely bloke, I'd go with James Smith because I have idolised him for years. And I think underpinning, as much as I push it to one side, I do idolise him. And kind of, I don't idolise the side of him calling out loads of people, but I idolise his kind of business, the way he goes about his business and how hardworking he is, and kind of how he just goes, look, I'm going to do something. I'm going to give it a go. If it doesn't work, I'll take some time. I'll retract it. And he doesn't think about everything else that's going on in the world. And it's how kind of like focused he is on one task when he has it. Like he did a YouTube video on ice baths the other day. He was like, I'm just going to do ice baths for 30 days. See how it is. Give my opinion on it. He tries stuff out and then says his opinion on it. He doesn't just go, oh, I saw this study. This means this. He gives it a go himself, which is kind of where I want to get
James
to.
Boy fanboy here. I didn't know. Didn't know that was.
I've got all his books. What's your go-to healthy indulgence that celebrates hitting milestones in your business?
Healthy indulgence when I hit milestones in my business would have to be a big chocolate cake. To be fair, I don't have chocolate cake often. I don't have an indulgence, mate. I indulge every day, to be honest with you. Benefit of being 6'4" and almost 100 kilos and active is that you can eat a lot of food. Yeah. So I don't really have a day where I don't eat some bad food. I quite enjoy it.
Bad food.
Indulgences. In this case.
What would I go as? Oh, a Snickers, an ice cream Snickers. Yeah. Bloody love them. They're so good, man. They're good. The calories aren't bad. 180 calories, decent amount of protein. Fats and carbs aren't bad either.
I know something better.
What?
Ben and Jerry's ice pop. The pop one. It's the lollipop, but Ben and Jerry's like circle, and it's got like this chocolatey, like hazelnutty scent. Oh, it's bloody phenomenal.
I didn't know this existed. Okay.
Cool.
Leave us with a punchy quote that captures the essence of being...
What is it?
Leave us with a punchy quote that captures the essence of being a healthy entrepreneur.
Being constantly exhausted.
No, I need a quote. I need like a...
Oh, right.
You've got to give me
a quote. Okay. A punchy quote. God, this is a real test of the brain. Be on your best behaviour every day. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I can't think of something.
This is why sometimes ChatGPT doesn't do bits.
I was hoping you'd answer this first, so I could like.
Oh, did you?
But like,
live every day like it's your last.
Oh, so sad, man.
Or the Oprah.
That's a good one, actually.
We did an Oprah Winfrey run the other day. It was like you need to. It's something about not recognizing other people's energy and just concentrating on your own to produce more energy. Something like that.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
First one was banging.
Live every day like
it's your last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my big mantras.
Yeah.
So I kind of just go for it every day. If I'm not passed out, it's all good.
Yeah.
Or dead.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Green juice or power smoothie to kickstart your entrepreneurial engine?
Ooh, both. You can do both. Like a power smoothie. So a power smoothie would be like an oat-based shake, whereas a green juice would be like a fruit-based shake. And I think they both have their benefits. One gives you like the calories, the minerals, the nutrients to kickstart the day, and then one gives you the vitamins and minerals. And you could call it detox, but I don't mean that. I mean like it just feels cleaner when you have it, like a greens drink.
The only reason it's like detox is because it's generally like a laxative effect on your body.
Yeah. But if, like when I have a greens drink versus a power shake, it just feels a bit cleaner. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I can't explain it. So I would say the greens drink is if you're looking for a boost of energy, generally lower calorie, or you can go for the power shake for the extra calories and fill your stomach up with good nutrient-rich foods.
I'd go for the power shake of the greens thing, only because I had a green shake from somewhere and I used to supplement it in the mornings. I didn't see much difference, I'll be totally honest, and it tasted like arse. When I drank it, I thought I was going to vomit.
What does arse taste like?
I don't know. I was about to go. I was like, "Oh, your dad." That's what I'm about to come out with. And I was like, no.
That's brutal, man.
That was literally the first thing that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was the first thing that came out. The thing I can tell, I'm building up to a big boys' barbecue. I've got one this weekend, so my insults are like internally migrating.
The banner is like starting to expand.
Literally, it's like 1 beer down, 2 beer down, 3 beer. We're getting a bit hairy here. It's not looking good, bruv. That's what I'd say. Anyway.
That's it, isn't it?
You got one more.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's go.
What's the wackiest piece of wellness advice you've received that surprisingly worked?
The wellness advice. I wouldn't say, I was going to say cold showers, but they really did not help.
Great.
Power naps. Is that wacky? I don't know if it's wacky, but power naps generally help. Like I find power naps are surprisingly. If you can be really tired, you can have really like a bad mood, and if you have a 20-minute nap and it's no longer than that, then you can actually wake up feeling quite fresh, and you can feel like a lot better, like mentally.
Yeah, you need to be careful with power naps, so they can be really deadly, can't they? They can be really deadly.
If you go past a certain point, you don't know what year it is.
It's like it wasn't it like the 25-minute mark, because your body goes into deep sleep then, and then your body thinks, oh, I'm actually sleeping. So then if you get up at that 60-minute mark, you wake up and go,
Nothing worse as a PT, going home for the daytime, having a long nap that goes beyond what you should do, and then you have to go train clients at 4 p.m. and your brain's like
spacey.
Discombobulated. That's the one.
That's the word. Wackiest piece of wellness advice that you received that surprisingly worked. I haven't really had much bad advice, to be totally honest. I stay away from all the bad advice. I used to watch Six Pack Shortcuts, and hey, I had a chiseled six-pack in the day, back in day.
Did you?
So I used to follow his advice, and it was like wacky different crunches you could do. Well, I haven't got one now.
We're on the real.
On the real, just flick it up. Here's my six-pack from when I was 15. Enjoy, you paedophiles.
Back when I was in puberty. Look how skinny I was.
Enjoy. Well,
that
was a strong podcast, I'm not going to lie. Thank you ever so much for everyone who's watching, by the way. We really appreciate you and all our concurrent listeners. You're fantastic. We're loving it. Now, one thing we did want to say is obviously we have many offers running at the minute, but the most important one is that the Limitless Programme has officially launched. It's been launched for the last 2 weeks now. That's officially launched, which is our one-to-one coaching. Now, don't get confused. We've also got a group coaching offer, which I'm going to let Nick go into a little bit of detail about now.
The group coaching, the £49 offer at the moment, 30% off. So the group option really is just the accountability aspect. It's like being part of a group. You get a program, you get app access. The program gets changed every 3 months. Initially, we weren't going to personalize the program. We were going to just do it based on like, here's a program, do it, and then you got to do it on your own. So what we do is we actually personalize programs every 3 months. So you've got 3 months to try it out. It takes you through 12 weeks, and then you can then go through another personalized program if you need to. And yeah, I think the group offer is like unbelievable value for what they get.
Tell me about it.
It's insane.
It's one of the best offers you'll see on social media to this day.
Yeah.
Comfortably on social media. If you can find one that's better, send it to us and we'll review ours. There you go.
Yeah, sure. And then obviously the VIP stuff, that's for those that want a one-to-one support, they want accountability, weekly check-ins, etc. Honestly, if you're someone that needs the help and you need someone there on your side all the time, I think that you've got no better option than a VIP option. However, if you're someone that feels like you can do it on your own, you just being part of a community and have accountability and have something personalized to you every 3 months, I think the group option is also beneficial.
I completely agree. Couldn't have sold it better myself. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. We will catch you in the next podcast.
Ciao, ciao.